select your character.
Hello, you've reached the Eggman Enterprises hotline. Unfortunately, we can't get to you on the line right now on account of this rat bastard foiling my plans again. But whatever complaints you currently have, please take it up with my number one E102 codename Gamma, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
You are my number one guy.
Actually, I am your 102nd guy,
Semantics.
Dr. Robotnik.
Damn.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a bit of a weird one because we actually did record this campaign a little while ago, but due to a snafu I'm currently not in the mood to disclose, we have to do this one again via postcom.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
But we have all the footage here perfectly as normal.
Yep, and look at it this way. This time we'll actually get to have Sammy with us because she wasn't able to join us for the initial take.
Yes!
Yes, because I was going out to dinner with my family at the time.
Yep.
Honestly, I kind of don't mind us redoing this because we were having some bad weather when we initially recorded this, and it caused my recording to be a little delayed compared to everyone else, so I kind of don't mind the fresh reset.
Okay, so that was due to the weather. I figured that was just, random shenanigans on your end. But that being said, Gamma. So, as far as the Sonic games are concerned, this is the very first time we get to play a story that is focused on one of Eggman's creations.
And, as you will soon see throughout our magical journey, look at his little swift moves, and as you will soon see, probably one of the most, emotionally profound stories that, up until this point, Sonic's, world had dared to, explore.
What really goes on inside the head of a robot?
It decides to tackle a subject matter that, it's always been sort of there in the Sonic games, but this is the one time where they actually decide to put it on the forefront and show us what it's like on the other side of, from the perspective of one of the many victims that Sonic normally frees.
Mm-hmm.
Namely, the animal batteries that Dr. Robotnik usually installs within his robots.
Oh my god, dolls!
Look at them all.
Yeah, you got Knuckles dolls, you got Tails dolls. Wait
They're all so fugly, but they give you more time.
Damn.
You shoot them all in a combo.
Damn,
Oh, okay.
Tails doll really just came back that way, huh?
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Your first assignment, Gamma, is to clear out the surplus from our Etsy store.
From the Etsy store page, my god.
There's the main target.
Yep, we clear the level as soon as we blow up that Sonic doll, but that one has a little more resistance, only 3 shots.
There you go.
And that's literally it. That's the end of this level.
Wow.
Also, as far as the timer is concerned, it probably would have been. It's a neat idea. I think it probably would have been a better used mechanic had the time limits not been so lenient for the most part of this game.
Not to mention if Gamma's levels lasted longer than a minute.
Well, my question is, what's the point of the time limit anyways? Is E102 running off of a battery?
I assume that's the case because once that timer's up, Gamma goes kaput, and you have to restart from a checkpoint.
Weird.
The animal inside him is tired, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just a little animal on the treadmill in there. Takes a break.
I
Now it
suppose
is-
that's something, I guess.
I mean, how else would you really see them, powering these things?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because, they never go into the specifics of, how the animals power all of the badniks.
Maybe it's brainwaves?
Could be their brainwaves, lifeblood. Again, maybe a silly little treadmill.
Electrical torture?
Dope.
Anyway, enough about the animal philosophy right now. Let's beat our older brother, Beta.
Positives, 2 arm cannons. Negatives, no hands.
Give me a handshake. Wait, never mind.
He's an all-out killing machine. I mean, how can we possibly deal with his 2 cannons to our 1?
Gee, I don't know.
Well, as you're about to see, you really don't need those 2 cannons.
Dude.
Just stand in place,
Dude.
constantly let out your laser, and shoot him, and there you go. That's it. Boss fight's over.
Pathetic.
You've beaten the
Wow.
game. Well done.
And this can very much apply for at least more than half of Gamma's boss fights.
Every single boss except for 1. Or 2.
2, rather. But that's late game stuff. But anyway, now that we've proven ourselves worthy to board the egg carrier, sorry Beta, but you're gonna have to be left behind.
Impossible.
Gotta be kaput.
But I was the number 1.
Also, I love that little nod to Transformers there.
Yeah.
As for you,
Oh, yeah.
Beta, fuck off.
And Beta's like, no, Master, please, let me go too.
I wanna come. I wanna come.
I am not housebroken yet, Master.
I want to fly in the sky.
Also, keep that particular line in mind there. You could always use a spare set of pods.
Yippee skippy, hullabaloo, I am thrilled 2 pieces.
I'm sure that's more than just a simple little figure of speech.
I am jumping with joy. Yay.
So yes, Eggman's got his crew on board, and they fly off to parts unknown.
But where to?
Well, we're about to find out, as not only Gamma, but a couple of other freshly made brothers of him join up together to listen to Eggman's riveting speech.
Welcome to EggCon, where I shall present the ePhone 5002.
I call it the E100 series.
Do-do-do-do.
Which, real talk, I still would love to see that at some point. Like, just Sega outright making, like, specialized,
The Robotnik ePhone.
and not even just earphones, but, like...
Just make them like iPhone covers based on the robots.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I like him.
That'd be cool.
and it's just a cracked egg as opposed to a bitten apple.
Don't do that.
Ooh!
That's not a tailed frog, that's a newt.
Oh, I get it. It's a frog that barely got past his tadpole days.
I
Yeah.
imagine E106 was shown that picture and blew its components out of.
just-
What?
I think it was given. You know what? Screw this joke. It's not
It's
working.
okay. I got one to put in its place. Because I don't know why now it's just playing in my head. I was turned into a newt. A newt? I got better.
Very unique. And now we're over here.
Hello.
Yeah, we're walking.
How do you do, fellow human?
Oh, are you a customer?
My name
we're
is
on strike.
Hugh, man.
We're protesting for better working conditions. It's probably going to be a little bit. So yeah, again, that's primarily the reason why during this particular portion of every character store you can't use the train system because they're on strike.
Did you guys hear about? Did you guys? Oh, go ahead.
What's up?
I would say just the idea of like the working class shares their strife. It just reminded me of like this thing I saw. I need to fact check it to make sure the source is actually accurate, but there was like a robot that had been programmed to like do a menial like retail level task over and over again, and then just suddenly on the show floor as it was doing this task over and over again, it literally killed itself, like just shut off its power and just fell
my
over.
God.
Literally its logic processor had like determined that this was the better route than doing more of this task for 9 hours a week.
That's terrifying.
And we're just like, oh,
I don't know whether that says much about the robot or where we're headed as a species.
Oh my god, you can float above the fucking water, excuse me?
Yeah, because as a robot, he's allergic to water.
we have the hover pack.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gamma is not waterproof, so he has to hover over that shit. Or if there's larger bodies of water, he just falls right in. That's a life loss.
I know with that pool and like the shorter bodies of water, even though you can hover over it, if you wait long enough, you will eventually drop into the water.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's what the countdown was, like, going for. It was counting down.
Huh. Okay then. So yeah, aside from Sonic and Big, Gamma's the only other character that gets to go through Emerald Coast, and like Sonic, he actually gets to go through at least the first third of it anyway.
No, not the first. Probably like the first fifth of the level.
Fair. Yeah,
See
again,
that hill over there? Yeah, that's the end of the stage.
that's really all there is to it. Like, Gamma, for all intents and purposes, his story is fairly interesting, but not only is it the biggest, like, the most fillerific, one of the most fillerific of the entire game's campaigns, it's also the short. If not, I'm trying to say here.
It's one of the shortest.
Definitely.
It's only one of the shortest because Big goes fishing, Amy has stuff to do, we catch a frog.
We did it! And then... Oh no, is it true? Am I the chosen one?
All hail to your god.
Why couldn't it have been Beta?
Am I the one chosen to lead the robot apocalypse?
Am I the biggest loser on the beach?
Not until they bury you into the sand and then forget you.
So, yeah. Tikal transported a big ass robot back to the ancient times of the Echidna tribe.
Right. And this is still back when Gamma has his native programming that Eggman set up for him. So
Why?
Purpose unknown.
Yeah, like I know we mentioned it a few times, but Gamma really is another one of those characters where it's like, Tikal, you're really stretching for Ultimate Heroes to aid in the fight for good, are ya?
yeah.
I was desperate.
I just want someone to listen to me.
Please, listen to me.
I need someone to look after my jelly bean-eyed children.
The kids were having their choir recital and no one showed up, so I just pulled a stranger from outside to just humor the little tots.
Please listen to them. Please humor them.
I just want someone to actually fucking understand.
It worked on the Jetsons. Why would it not work here?
But real talk, they're so cute. Look at them all.
Yeah, they're so adorable.
They're so low poly.
They deserve to be loved. They deserve to be loved more than my father loves me.
Exactly.
Was that you, Steve, or was that Tikal?
No, that was Tikal.
Okay, I was about to say, Steve.
But like no, it's just funny. It's just like Gamma would right there singing as just like, that was shit.
So say if it wasn't Gamma that the call picked for the scene, who do you think would have been a better fit?
Honestly, I'd say maybe Amy.
Yeah, Amy probably.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Either Amy or Tails.
Well, that raises a further question on my end, which I know I tried asking during the original recording before that got bumped over. But is Tikal picking these people out at random to show them this? Or are they just... Like, is...
I just like to fuck around and find out.
No. If this is considered to be a flashback, like they're not being transported back in time to the moment this happens, are they taking the place of another individual that Tikal is talking to?
My current theory on the matter is that maybe it could be that she's warping them to a flashback. Maybe she's warping them to her own subconscious or whatever, because she's the one that dreamt off all this shit.
So like a dream.
Yeah, I always got the idea that once she and Chaos were freed from the Master Emerald, she went through a bit of...
Oh.
What's up?
They're having an argument.
That one's my favorite.
That's right. We gotta bring our frog back to Eggman.
Let's see this year's Miss Sega America Frog Contest.
Who will win Best in Show?
Well, so far, none of them. And yeah, to finish my thought, I figured that Tikal is going through some sort of hibernation sickness. Anyway.
Like, she can't actually, control who she shows it to?
I guess so. I don't know. She's probably still recollecting her memories herself, and then showing them to whoever is the most worthy to see them.
I am a robot. I am holding frog.
So apparently Eggman knows that he also swallowed a Chaos Emerald.
I frankly don't understand how, unless maybe he just picked them up on his Chaos Emerald radar or whatever.
I mean, that's what I figured. He probably has a radar for this shit.
I like how Gamma was gyrating up and down faster there. It's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And yeah, no, Eggman does not tolerate screw-ups. You go ahead.
I was supposed to say, what do you think happened to the frogs they were holding?
They're dead.
Mashed.
No, they turned it. They turned into frog soup.
No, it was a teleporter incident that turned them to half egg bopped, half frog creatures.
I don't know about that, but he just tucks him under his arm. Also, Doug, I was just looking at that moment when I think it was either Epsilon or Theta or whatever, when they were looking at just that scream then disappear thing. Just
Well, the blue one is Delta, the orange one is Epsilon, and the purple one is Zeta.
okay, so it was those Delta went. You really gotta not install those things into the floor, man. No one thinks that they're cute.
Yeah, it's very impractical, especially for AI units that can't exactly figure out when they're going the wrong way.
Oh.
Speaking of which...
Oh shit.
Yep.
It's Beta.
Gamma, my brother, I am indecent.
It's cannon arms.
How could you?
I can't give you a handshake no more.
You couldn't in the first place.
Well, no, he couldn't give him a handshake before because he only had cannons for arms.
Let me dream.
Well, now he has claws. With guns in them.
He's trying. He's trying to walk up there and he can't.
Well, I think it was supposed to be stepping back.
Maybe.
The horror.
He's seen the war now, and now he doesn't want to go back.
He's seen too much.
Get me the hell out of here.
What do you have to say about this discovery?
This is the wrong room.
Thank you.
Very astute observation there, Gamma.
Well then.
From the mouths of babes.
Okay, let's do this for reals now.
For realsies and time logic error.
Viddy games.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, hold on a minute.
Yeah, Amy wouldn't have done that yet.
Community service in prison does not include whack-a-mole.
You're not looking in the right prisons, then, Logan.
Wait a minute. Prisons aren't supposed to contain whack-a-mole.
Or chow eggs.
Why is that chow egg behind bars?
You're not looking in the right prisons, then.
Do you want to elaborate, Sam? Have you been in prisons that have whack-a-mole?
I know prisons that have cat's crack in it.
Cat's
Cat
crack?
what?
I don't know if that's entirely the same thing.
Well, like catnip?
No, just cat's crack.
I don't know what that is.
Resistance is futile.
What do you think it is?
Leave the bird.
I mean, we would, but the Sega sensors won't let us.
I just assume like cat. I just assume cat cracks. Like the first stupid thing that pops in my mind is that someone took a bunch of cats, chopped them in half, and just put all of their butts on the wall.
So,
That's just stupid.
okay, so actually I'll explain the story to Cat's Crack. Basically, we pass by a prison occasionally when we go to a certain place. My grandmother said, like, oh, they're playing Cat's Crack, when she meant Cat and Cradle. That's what
Cat's Cradle?
Cat's Cradle is what she meant, but she called it Cat's Crack.
Oh my god.
Huh.
God.
Bless grandmama.
Also, bless Gamma for suddenly realizing what feelings are. Or at least trying to process it anyway.
He's like,
Bapu.
it's like, feelings, I do not want them.
I feel sorry for you.
James, if you could edit in cartoon sound effects when he's a beeping and a booping right there.
Oh, there goes the burp.
I already did it once for Big. I'm probably not gonna do it again for Gamma.
That is fair.
Look into my eyes.
Oh my god, the feels.
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were saying, "Oh my God, the bird speaks German."
Oh god.
Oh my god, the bird has given me feelings.
Oh
The
no.
bird is giving me the word.
This bird has a very warped mind. It must be contained.
This bird has a way with words.
Now get out of here.
You letting us go?
Also, I guess I'll say real quick to spoil things ahead a bit. That bird over there, as well as Amy, and their little conversing together, is part of the reason why I feel like should Sonic Adventure get the remake treatment, they should just mesh Amy and Gamma's stories together,
Yeah,
because their plot points are damn near
have them share a plot.
essentially, yeah.
Not like at the get-go, mind you, because they established their foundations. But like by this point, they should be working together now.
Exactly.
Well, I guess
Like-
it also
like, don't-
depends on. I was about to say, I guess it also depends on if Amy even bothers caring about whatever Gamma does at this point.
Well, here's the difference. I think that could immediately like change this plot. Instead of having Gamma say "Get out of here," have Gamma say "Come with me, I can get you out of here." Like it become an escort kind of thing, and bam, now their plots can already be open to more interactions and learning more about each other.
I mean, I kind of get the feeling that Gamma's story is meant to be a little bit more introspective. So adding like a side character to accompany him throughout just feels like it might make a dent in the storyline, if that makes sense.
Whatever story there really is after this point, because, I mean, once we're done with the egg carrier shit as usual, Gamma's
did?
story takes a completely large, like, shift. And
Oh,
kind of
did?
just sticks with, kind of just,
Props to the maid bot.
Aww.
props to them, they work diligently to keep the boss's egg carrier clean.
So cute. Anyway, back to you.
But yeah, no, it's like, once we're done with the egg carrier stuff and then Gamma leaves, it's like, there is a new objective in mind, but it's also where the plot takes a huge back seat for him.
Oh, whoa. What just... You pushed me.
Roomba. Whoa.
Yeah, that's right. We were pondering what the heck that particular badnik was, and it's just a weird cricket Roomba thing.
It's a Roomba with a camera on it.
Most likely.
There it is.
So yeah, while we're still here, Eggbits told us to get a upgrade, and here it is, a floating waffle maker.
Waffle maker!
The nuclear waffle. It is in my possession.
Somehow this thing allows you to hover, even though it's clearly not attached to Gamma.
It could be magnetically attached.
I was about to say, yeah, I think in the comics they justify it as being that it's attached to Gamma via like anti-grav.
Anti-gravity or magnets.
Well, those must be some really strong-ass magnets if you can hold them up like that.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen, like, hold on, let me look at the name.
Okay.
Neodymium magnets?
Doctor, how can you speak to me like that without the PA system?
Yes.
Yes!
Whoa.
I am your god now. I don't know.
So, Doug, Sammy, what do you guys think about Gamma? Like, as a, how about this? Like, what do you guys think of, like, because it's kind of hard to avoid the, other big comparison of a robot character in the Sonic universe. What are your guys' thoughts on Gamma versus, say, Omega?
I do like Gamma's aesthetic and all that stuff, especially his gameplay, but I prefer Omega, honestly.
I think Omega has had more time to really grow.
That's the issue I have with Gamma, yeah.
He only shows up here in Sonic Battle as
Playable
like a
character.
combatnik.
Yeah.
What about you, Sammy?
I do find Gamma's story intriguing, but I do have to agree Omega just had a lot more time to develop and be a character.
Mission complete.
Wait a minute.
What?
I think I noticed something.
What's up?
Whenever Sonic was collecting a ring during that battle, it was added to your total.
Huh.
Oh! I didn't realize that was in the programming.
Happy birthday!
Thank you for the gracious donation.
A remote-controlled Sonic. Very unique.
Thank you for subscribing to my Twitch Prime.
I know you're not an evil sword.
Give me money.
Next time I'll do bathtub streams for you.
A bath
Oh my
bomb
God.
stream.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, like, there's, like, hot tub streams or something like that, basically. Shit.
I don't doubt they exist, but, like, are you speaking in character or speaking as yourself?
Speaking in character, why would I ever do that shit? No. I already have body confidence issues, I'd never.
Because it made me wonder why you even brought it up to begin with.
Because it's a popular thing on Twitch.
Look, the egg carrier's losing altitude.
One of the popular things on Twitch.
We've got it split. Take Amy and go.
Well, Tankles, you better curb that altitude of yours.
Stopped it all.
Ha.
Whoa!
I forgot to laugh.
I'd slap you if my model had fingers.
I'm gonna jump off this ship.
Okay.
Oh, he's finally gonna die? Awesome, sweet.
Don't forget to pack a lunch.
And how are you, my metal friend?
Don't forget your lunch, Sonic.
Why not leave
I
me
have
and
I have that punk's lunch money.
And I mean, I'm pretty much on the same board with Doug and Sammy then, is that, like, I love the plot, the story, like, implications and development of Gamma more, but goddamn Omega's just a fun character, especially in the comics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he has more freedom to flaunt it, even though Sega barely ever does.
No,
Yeah.
please, like, give Omega the same, like, redemption arc that you've given Knuckles these past couple of years.
Let him flirt with Blaze.
I was about to say, I feel like that's a bit of an odd
Yeah.
comparison because,
Robot
like,
friend.
I was about to say, I feel like that's a bit of an odd comparison, Logan, because, like, the whole thing with Knuckles as a redemption, it's not like, he kind of deserved that because for the longest time he was kind of mistreated as a character. I can't really think of any instances where Omega was really mistreated in terms of character.
I guess that's true.
Well, Sonic 06 immediately comes to mind, where they just made him a generic-ass robot type.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Pretty
did.
Well, Sonic 06 mistreats everyone.
Say for Shadow.
Sonic 06 basically treat him as a prop to get a Chaos Emerald to the future. Also, one crime that this dance rave is not going to distract me from is that I'm bummed that we did not get to see a fun, wacky FMV sequence of him escaping the crash landing egg carrier, like in weird,
Just like,
as well.
Yeah, and...
I'm more so disappointed that James Van didn't edit in the gif of Bobby Hill doing a dance.
What? I'm
Why?
not doing that. Jesus.
Because it would be funny and unexpected.
You think I am a fucking delinquent?
I think you're a fucking genius.
Anyway, it is in that dance rave epiphany that Gamma now has his new purpose in life, bereft of one Dr. Eggman.
To liberate his brothers.
Oh, and hang on, and to give this callback, 'cause I remember James loves it. He loves this soundbite.
Yeah, it's weirdly one of my favorite sound bites in the whole series.
When we go in,
Pick up.
And then, come on,
Put down,
there you go.
put down, pick up, put down.
it's so silly.
It's so goofy, but it's so charming.
It's so direct in what he's doing.
So yeah, now that Gamma has his new goal in mind of quote-unquote saving his brothers, we shall go and do so. And thankfully, as far as we're concerned, Gamma just knows where they are, so let's not waste any time.
I guess they all have some sort of, like, inherent radar system telling them where each and every single one of them are.
Well, I mean, it's more logical explanation than fucking twin telepathy.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think maybe.
I mean, Mario and Luigi have it. Why can't Gamma and his brothers?
That is
Okay.
true.
Because they're not human.
Mario and Luigi don't have twin telepathy. They just talk to each other.
They just talk to each other like the phone.
You know what?
Then,
You know what? Maybe...
okay, Iki, bullshit. Explain Yoshi's Island then.
Yeah, Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island? They're babies.
Well, yeah, and also, like, explain the whole thing of, like, Paper Mario, where literally Luigi keeps reading and writing in his fucking diary. He wishes he can go on adventures like Mario, but he's stuck at home.
Yeah.
Well, what's that have to do with telepathy?
Well, the idea of like each knowing what the other is up to. My gosh,
And actually, well, I was just
Why are you
going on the whole...
freaking out over a pre-recording, Logan?
I can do that.
Like, just the mention of all, like, it's
There
not
it is.
telepathy, they're just talking. I just imagine, like, man, wouldn't that just be, like, amusing, if not underwhelming, if that's all Gamma decided to do? He just decided to just, let us talk about this over a nice sweet tea.
You idiot, we are robots. We cannot ingest tea, lest we fry our circuits.
So, if I can go back to an earlier topic I mentioned of how I feel like Amy and Gamma's whole stories could have been intertwined, there was really no stopping him from just following along Amy and Tails as they were making their escape from the egg carrier, and I mean, Gamma still having his goal, and well, Amy obviously has her goal of trying to help find the bird, find its parents or whatever, and it's also like, I don't know, I think there's a way you could probably mesh the two up, like, since she really has no other leads.
Well, especially
E102 Gamma does not care for birds.
well, say because then between that you could have had an interaction. Sorry, I'm just like on this talking thing now,
you're
but like
fine.
because then you could have had this because then you could have had this interaction with Tails telling Amy, well, we know that flickies are typically used to power robots. Gamma, how would you mind helping us to find these other robots to destroy to see if we can find this bird's parents through them, given that the bird came from Eggman's, ship.
Well, I feel like
And-
I don't know if Tails would be that involved because remember, like the second he landed after the egg carrier crashing, he was too busy dealing with Eggman and his nuke.
That is true.
Yeah, remember? He also wondered what happened to Sonic.
Which,
Sonic?
seemed pretty sudden considering in around that the exact same time frame was when Amy was, nonchalantly walking with the birdie and having that revelation of, maybe we should go find your parents.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, are they just regular-ass birds, or...
Yeah, they're birds. They're
flickies.
flickies,
The
essentially.
flickies.
They're essentially just the regular-ass birds of the Sonic series, though I know 3D Blast tried to make them seem a little more special than that.
Also, I'm so glad that I could finally listen to Red Hot Skull again.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So I will say, while we're going through this, talking more about the gameplay. It's all learning. Talking more about the gameplay. Another thing that I would like to see done in a remake is giving more distinction to how each of the E100 series robots fight, because how to put this? Two of the three that we're about to fight, two of the three are basically just copies of ourselves.
Right.
Only Zeta actually has a unique mechanic and presentation and fight. I thought it would have been a bit more neat if the others had similar boss battles and stuff.
Like if they had more unique gimmicks as opposed to just shoot.
Yes.
Shoot.
I mean, honestly, that just also goes to another problem I have with Gamma, that again, his levels are too short. Like, they could have extended it by at least maybe 2 more minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would have been nice.
Which, I mean, I'll give his last level credit. It does do just that. Like, it feels long enough without feeling too overbearing at the same time. Like, I feel like all of his levels should have been that way. Though I can also honestly apply that same argument to, say, Knuckles.
I will say though, the ideas that you guys have about ways of how to improve Gamma and to an extent Amy's stories, it's like I'm not disagreeing with them. I do think they're good ideas, but it also does kind of make me wonder, and that it does kind of make me wonder about the whole thing I've been stewing about ever since we started this, is the notion of, like, whether or not the idea of just remaking Adventure 1 would, work or just end up being a lost cause. Because, like, well, let's go ahead and be blunt about this. I think most people can agree that this game hasn't really aged particularly well, but I know that there are a lot of people that talk about... I think Iki, to an extent, kind of voiced it in some parts, where it's like, a lot of the more aged aspects of Adventure 1 kind of, for better or worse, make it the experience that it is. So I feel like it'd be a really tight rope to walk if you want to fix the game, but also not get rid of the things that people, consider it memorable.
Well, I mean, it's also why I think maybe a little bit of, for lack of a better word, meshing together or streamlining could also help it. Like, not so much, say, get rid of Amy or Gamma per se, but maybe, for one, make the controls a little better, and two, maybe mesh the stories together so that they don't take up too many resources just to redo.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, honestly, deep down, I think if they were going to be a proper Sonic Adventure remake, the first and foremost thing is that they should probably just put the focus on the original 3, since their stories are the only one that really matter. Mm-hmm. And then maybe do the rest of them as, like, post-content.
Or side stories that aren't required.
Exactly.
Question.
What's up?
Seeing how Gamma's, level structure, or at the very least Gamma's playstyle seems to be heavily, the precursor to Eggman and Tails in SA2, who do you think did this control scheme better?
Gamma, without a doubt.
I will say Gamma, though I won't give SA2 too much crap for how they handle things, considering they look super clunky. Like, the mechs that Eggman and Tails do look clunkier than, how Gamma's built.
Uh-huh.
At the same time, though, I'd also say that it probably would just be better if their controls in general were more like Eggman's Cosmic Wall level, because that shit was a damn near perfect compromise.
I think that's fair.
Well, if they were a lot more floaty?
Yes.
I mean, Gamma already kind of fits that. He's already pretty floaty when it comes to jumping.
Well, I think that's what he means, because, like, that's part of the reason why he liked Cosmic Wall, since they controlled closer to Gamma in that level.
Right.
I suppose so. Plus, can Eggman and Tails' mechs turn into cars? I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, technically they can in the multiplayer.
But they know they can't.
I was going to say Tails' can in the main campaign, yes.
Oh. That shows you how much I've played SA1 over SA2.
Hurry up and rescue them.
Well, then there you go. Because, like SA2, Tails had what was it, Route 101?
I think it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally turned the Cyclone into a car.
Was it the Cyclone or the Tornado?
It's the base code name for it is the Tornado 3, but as far as the game's concerned, they just call it the Cyclone.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, I know Tails in one of the cutscenes calls it Tornado, because he's all like, Tornado Transformation!
Right. Cyclone was essentially just a transformation that the Tornado 3 went through.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we couldn't get this upgrade earlier, only because the room was flooded. Which is
blaster.
ironic, since now it's waterlogged. It's now empty.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
All 600 tanks have been flooded. Why didn't they build this ship with 601?
601 holes!
Oh my curse, they're huge!
The Titanic wouldn't have sunk if they did that kind of shit, where they just
Can't
added...
believe
When will we learn? Sorry.
By the way, it was 5,001 holes.
Yes.
Also, Hot Shelter.
Yep, we come to Gamma's final stage, and again, this is like the one time where I feel like the level length is exactly appropriate.
Yep.
It's certainly the most time crunchy of the levels.
Which is perfect. I feel like that's what makes this... I feel like that's what makes this mechanic at its most exciting, is to, like...
Kind of just rush through, try and keep your time up to speed.
Guest star, E102 Gamma in Pizza Tower. Go for it, bucko.
You mean the game that Doug P ranked fully?
You did.
Doug
He
rank,
did
you
get. He got the Doug rank. He did it, Icky. Last night he got the Doug rank on every stage.
And 101%.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's Snotty approved.
Hell yeah.
Fucking overachiever.
Yeah, because I got all the achievements too.
God bless that Snotty.
Although I forget, Doug, on the main menu, on the main title screen, what's the purpose of the pizza skull on the main menu screen?
The pizza skull?
Delete the file.
Yeah, the pizza
Like, yeah,
skull.
when you're selecting the file, I noticed there was a pizza skull, and I didn't know what gives you the pizza skull. Like Like there are certain things that like give you certain stamps or badges. I just didn't know what.
Maybe that's defeating all the bosses without getting hit.
Maybe.
Or taking down everything in Pizza Tower.
Or getting the full 100% completion.
Probably.
Either way,
not.
that's
I mean-
Monkeys stacked on crates.
Either way.
Because like the whole thing with Pizza Face, like whenever you select a save file, like he starts off all happy and jolly, but the more progress you make, the more angry and deteriorated he ends up looking.
Oh, camera.
He gets pretty angry.
Camera.
Hello, camera. Thanks for screwing me that day.
God damn.
You know, seeing this level of geometry with like this big curve, I don't understand why this wasn't made into a Sonic stage.
It feels like it was meant to be for Sonic, but I mean, again, neither Sonic, Tails, nor Knuckles go through this level at all. So
This is entirely unique to Gamma.
yeah, pretty much. Like from here on out, we're gonna go through Gamma exclusive segments, and I love
Darn.
this. You just
Ah.
grab them like that. It's like
What has happened? Where am I?
Let me
Release
go.
me, foul demon claw.
Put me down. I did not like this at all.
it's like literally grabbing Gamma right out of one of those
UFO catchers.
Yeah,
yeah,
toy
UFO
claws.
crane catchers.
Let me go, Mamma mia, let me go.
Yeah,
Beelzebub has a devil for a son.
For me.
Not to toot my own horn,
Yes, Icky.
but I'm pretty good at claw games at round 1 arcade.
Perhaps.
For you.
Yeah, I got like a bunch of plushies.
Good for you. The rest of us aren't.
In fact, I have a couple of plushies in my car that I don't have room for in the house.
I was
The
about to,
closest I've ever gone.
I was about to say
the
for
closest I've
shits-
ever gone to is playing. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say for shits and giggles. Good for you. That doesn't make you special.
That's
Devil damn.
It does.
No, in fact, it makes you a cheater.
No, it just makes me really proficient at a
No, no,
game
no,
meant for
no, no, no.
babies.
oh, nice. I was saying no. The closest I've ever gotten to has been playing claw machine games in like the Yakuza series.
What about Gacha Con games?
Never.
Wait, no, I'm thinking Shenmue Gacha.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that Shenmue ball catching game.
Also, these trains have a mind of their own.
Even they have to obey their own speed limits.
Logan, did you want
What's
to talk
the
about
limits?
how it hurt you? How those hurt you?
What hurt him?
I think you have your answer.
Oh.
Well, that was bullshit.
Those chameleon things used to scare me as a kid.
What that thing?
No, the chameleons that just like vanish.
Oh, yeah, no, those used to freak me out in hear me out. So in either this stage or somewhere else on the ship, you can actually wander around and just find yourself in the restroom, like just a full restroom, and those
Yeah,
and
that's in Hot Shelter.
one of those chameleon things is in the stall, but it's like it's too big, so it's like you see its body like clipping out of it, and
The Dreamcast!
His body is comprised of the Dreamcast.
Running on all cylinders.
So let's talk about this for a moment. Eggman literally gave all of Gamma's brothers the boot, though with the exception of Zeta here, who he clearly completely refashioned to be, as far as I'm concerned, Hot Shelter security system or whatever.
But the ship's already downed.
Well, maybe he was built this way before it all went down.
Also, I like how the floor is moving beneath your feet.
Man, imagine how disorienting that's got to be while you're standing in place and the whole screen's spinning.
it's like those walking, those moving floors at the airport. So when it's time to get off, you're like,
Oh,
"Whoa, okay,
yeah.
okay, I'm back in normal ground now."
I love those, but I hate them at the same time only because I don't want to get off them.
So, real important here, folks.
Yeah?
We've more or less got every single one of Gamma's brothers, save for one exception.
But who?
Alpha.
Well, would you believe me if I also said he's not the only brother he has to take out?
I'm just like Eggman, what is it with you and the spinning? Not everything has to spin. Oh,
The
hang on.
flipping and the dipping and the jumping and the spinning.
No beta.
So we got Beta, and wait a minute.
Clearly screenshots from my own game.
No.
I must slap myself across the face.
For I am the only one with a hand to do so.
Again, it is.
Oh,
Oh dear.
ooh, sleek.
Again, it is an interesting quandary that this game is, giving to us now with the story of Gamma.
It's exploring.
Again, it's an interesting whole side story and whatnot, but it also makes me think, like, it feels a little out of place in this game in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
I said it when we did in the recording, and I'll say it here. This boss theme fucking slaps.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh yeah, no, it's an absolute jazzer.
I remember it was one of the only bosses that actually gave me some trouble as a kid.
Yeah, I was about to say. I will say. I think this is actually. I genuinely think like maybe the bosses, most of the bosses in Sonic Adventure 1, you could say like, oh, they have a lot of health. This is, I think, the most capable of the bosses you fight in the game.
Right, because for the most part, he can dodge all your shit or deflect it like that.
And he could just flick it away.
The only way you're gonna make him vulnerable is if he does that attack.
Man, if only Egg Emperor from Sonic Heroes operated that way. And then just instantaneously home in on you.
Take
And knock
this,
you off the
take
floor.
this, take this.
Ready? Charge! Ha ha ha!
Someone's totally not venting.
I mean, it's been a while since I played.
Oh boy.
Heroes.
Also, yeah, pay no mind as Beta's also able to unleash his dangerous mangoes of destruction.
I have dodged a blast. You suck.
They're translucent mangoes.
Get
Actually, mango, what am I saying? That's an orange.
Eat your vitamin.
Ow.
You know what?
Vitamin C will be your utter destruction.
If I could find it, I want to share a sketch that I did a while back, like a couple years ago, that I'm actually kind of proud of. Like, still.
Mm-hmm.
It was during one of the Sonic hacking contest parts with some call me Johnny and a couple of his friends. I forget what Egg did on, but I drew a picture of E102 Gamma as a fucking Jeep.
Oh my god.
Beep beep.
Beep boop, I'm a Joop.
A Jeep.
I just want to share it with the friends if I could find it.
No, it should be boop beep. I'm a Jeep.
Beep,
Or,
beep.
or
I'm
just
a
beep beep, I'm a Jeep.
No, it's beep boop, I'm a Joop.
What's a Jupe?
Because it's funnier.
Beep boop. I am a Joop.
And so, that's it. He's finally taken out Beta, and he just goes down like that.
Damn.
Gravity certainly works weird for Eggman's badniks.
Yeah.
Ow.
Most especially us.
Well, darn.
And he goes all, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, brother.
I'm afraid of dying alone, brother.
Oh, there's a burp.
Wait a minute. Okay, maybe Gamma doesn't immediately recognize him, but we do.
Did you just say Berg?
No,
That's
burp.
No, I said bird.
Oh. I thought you said Berg.
That's Papa Bird.
Papa Bird.
That's Phil's bird.
Then wait a minute. If Beta was Papa Bird, then what are we?
Mom.
Robo Bird? Robo
Wait,
Birdo?
it's all coming together. He finally realizes who he was all along.
He was a female.
I am nothing but an empty husk.
He was the mama bird all along.
Aww.
Wait, honey.
Oh,
Ow.
Ow, I fell.
And with that realization, Gamma finally goes kaput.
This whole sequence was not what I was expecting when I plugged in the game with the silly hedgehogman into my Dreamcast.
Yeah, what kind of game even is this?
Kaboom.
Sonic Adventure?
And with that, the entire E100 series, save for one exception, are destroyed.
Save for one exception. Who?
It's never explicitly said in the game itself, but Zero from Amy's campaign is allegedly the very first of the E100 series.
I thought at this point in time he was already dead.
Oh no! By this point in time, he's still around, and yeah, he's all that's left. But not that matters. We already cleared that campaign a while back, and Mama Bird finally reunites with Papa Bird.
Which, by the way, I found the picture.
oh, okay.
Jesus. And so, with that said, that's it for Getting the Story.
Well then.
That was indeed a very, very emotional heart-tugger.
No, it wasn't.
It was indeed a story.
What emotions is there to gather out of a robot?
Nothing.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what the story was trying to convey. Like, what's life like as one of Eggman's robots that, you know, as we all know, he powers his robots through animals. So what's that like? What's it like playing as one of those poor animals that was trapped inside that robot?
A day in the life of a mook.
Essentially. A very high-level mook, to be perfectly real, but yeah.
It's unfortunate when it comes to games like Sonic Battle, where he's just regulated to a mass-produced mook with no memory of what happened here.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
I kind of get the feeling
not even just
that.
Iki, not even just that. Let's also remember that one of the random mook types in Sonic Adventure 2 are mass-produced gamma units with 2 guns for gun arms. Anyway.
Well, I mean, okay, but that being said, I would say, just hear me out. Out of all of the non-Sonic trio characters, I think I like Gamma's the best in terms of its playstyle, and he's not slow, and there's still enough of a variety with that time mechanic to try and combo shots together. I like that, I think, the most between Amy and Big and him.
Yeah.
He's much quicker than Amy and Big, except for when it comes to climbing ladders.
Oh yeah, no, he still sucks. He, like Amy, also suck with ladders, but thankfully, there never comes a point where he absolutely needs to climb them. Unless you're really that big of a dipshit to go into the jungle when you never need to.
I think Gamma has the slowest climbing speed of all the Sonic characters in this game.
I'd say he's tied with Amy, from what I remember.
I don't remember Amy's climbing speed.
Oh no, Amy's climbing speed was absolutely piss poor.
Oh wait, because they hot shelter her, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, assuming you ever need to climb ladders with Amy in the first place, if you know what you're doing, you can easily avoid that shit.
You can?
Yeah. But alas, I mean, again, going back to Amy real quick. I mean, I'll still say again, I feel like if you want to make a more proper narrative with Sonic Adventure, and especially get Amy and Gamma involved, I'd say maybe meshing the two together would have been better, because their end goals really aren't that dissimilar to each other, and could easily work, properly mixed together. I mean, it already helps too that Gamma's whole emotional roller coaster was all started all thanks to her, and actually knocking some sense into him. Even if that was primarily thanks to the bird.
I suppose so.
Yeah, no, that's also true. Again, there was some potential here. Hype, what did you think of this?
I'm kind of on a similar boat where it's I like his gameplay just fine. The time mechanic's really nice. As for the story, it is one of those things where it's in a vacuum, it's probably one of the more interesting stories that you probably see in a Sonic game. But it really is held by, what would you say? It really is held back by the fact of in terms of the overarching plot with dealing with chaos and whatnot, it kind of doesn't really have any purpose in furthering that.
Oh, I mean, that's another thing. Gamma at no point ever comes into contact with chaos, which, is the main driving force of this game's plot. So it's why even bother with that?
That's a great question.
Which is so weird, considering he was on the ship when Chaos 6 was there. He had the frog. He wouldn't have even at any point witnessed the. I don't know. It's a weird one.
It's one of those things where, again, it's just a byproduct of this game's short development cycle where they didn't have enough time to properly, refine story beats and whatnot. But for what's there, I think it is interesting enough to, maybe see potential in a, successor at some point or what have you.
Here's hoping. I just hope that's it. That's the end of the game. We finished all the stories.
Yeah, that is literally the last of the main stories. But from this point onward, folks, now we're going to start heading into post-game territory, or rather, end-game territory, because there is one more character that they add onto the roster just for this occasion.
Oh, boy.
We'll see you all next time with Supersonic.
Oh, boy.
What is taking Gamma so long to get back here anyway?
I died.